20 Essential Tips for First-Time Parents. Being a first-time parent can be terrifying. From the minute you discover you're pregnant to the minute you take your little bundle of joy home, fear has a tendency to creep in and fill your head with doubt. It's a massive responsibility taking care of such a fragile little human. As a parent, you have an overwhelming urge to protect them, as you see for the first time just how scary the world can be. With every milestone comes a fresh wave of worry. So how can you stop this and just enjoy being a new parent? The truth is, you can't. Part of being a new parent is worrying about what can happen. It's completely natural, and all part of being a parent. However, the good news is, people have been having babies since the beginning of humanity. That means there's a lot of advice out there that can really help to make being a first-time parent a lot less terrifying. In this video, you'll discover 20 essential tips that will help you survive the first year of parenthood. 1. Develop a set routine. No matter how prepared you think you are, once you get home with your baby, life suddenly becomes very hectic. Without a proper routine in place, you'll quickly become overwhelmed. Set up a routine for feeding, bedtime, nap times, and story times. Having a schedule in place will really help you to feel like you know exactly what you're doing. It also eliminates a lot of potential problems, such as getting your little one to sleep each night. If they have a routine right from the beginning, it minimizes the chance they'll make a fuss later on. Now it's worth keeping in mind that even the best schedules won't work 100% of the time. Your little one isn't always going to be so compliant, so expect a few bad days along the way. 2. Don't expect your life to carry on as normal. One of the biggest mistakes many first-time parents make is thinking their life will just carry on exactly as it did before the little miracle arrived. It could be you think you've already got the perfect routine that a baby would slot right into. Unfortunately, the thing about babies is that no matter how many parenting books you read, you can never be 100% prepared. They change your life in many ways. Even daily tasks you don't even think about can become a huge challenge when your little one arrives. Going to the bathroom, going out, having a shower, things you take for granted are set to become much harder. Accept the fact that your life will change, otherwise you're going to be in for a very stressful time. 3. Be prepared for breastfeeding challenges. One thing you don't give much thought to during your pregnancy is breastfeeding. After all, it's a natural process, so it shouldn't pose a problem, right? Wrong. There are so many common problems you can face when trying to breastfeed your little one. They may find it difficult latching on, it's often painful, you may produce too much milk or not enough, and you could even develop thrush from your baby. It's worth being aware of the different problems that can occur so it doesn't come as too much of a shock if they do. Never be afraid to seek help. Having problems with breastfeeding is extremely common and does not have any relevance to your parenting skills. 4. Don't feed water or juice during the first 6 months. Some first-time parents worry about their little one getting dehydrated. However, up until the age of 6 months, breast milk and formula both contain enough fluids to meet your baby's needs. Typically, newborns require a feed every 3 to 4 hours, but don't be surprised if your little one wants a feed every 2 hours. If you breastfeed, your baby will usually want to feed more frequently, because breast milk is a lot easier for them to digest than formula. 5. Don't forget to take some time out for you. The minute your baby arrives, your main priority is making sure they are healthy, happy, and safe. However, what you need to realize is that your health and well-being are just as important to your little one. If you're stressed, unhappy, and struggling to cope, it's going to impact your baby. Therefore, it's vital you take some time for yourself. Even if it's just 10 minutes a day, doing something that relaxes your mind and helps you to unwind will have awesome benefits to your well-being. 6. Accept as much help as you can get. There's a tendency for first-time parents to think they have to do everything themselves. They want to show the world, or at least their friends and family, that they have everything under control. Sound familiar? The thing is, parenting is very hard. You're not Superman or woman, and you don't have anything to prove. Accepting help from loved ones doesn't make you a bad parent. It makes you a smart one. So start accepting those babysitting offers, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. 7. Don't neglect your relationship. You'd think having a baby would bring you and your partner closer together. However, the added stress can drive a huge wedge into your relationship. It's common for first-time parents to neglect their relationship while they focus solely on the baby. Don't feel guilty for getting a babysitter and spending a little time with your partner every once in a while. 8. Don't stress over the little things. Parenting is all about compromise. There are going to be a lot of things you can't get done in one day. Don't let the dirty dishes, a pile of dirty laundry, and a messy room become a huge issue. Some days are going to be harder than others. If you start stressing about the small stuff, you're going to constantly be miserable. The main thing is that your little one is happy and healthy. If you're spending all of your time stressing out over small daily chores, you're going to miss out on the joy of parenting in the first few years of your child's life. They really do grow up fast, so forget about the dishes. Enjoy your little one while they're at this wonderful age. 9. A little bit of noise can actually encourage your baby to sleep. When putting your little one down for a nap, try to avoid being over quiet. Now logically, you'd think the less noise you make, the easier it will be for your little one to fall asleep. However, noise, particularly white noise, is extremely beneficial to encourage babies to fall asleep. This is because when they were in the womb, it was actually pretty loud, so they're used to falling asleep to loud noise. The sudden quiet once they arrive into the world can actually be quite distressing. Loud ticking clocks can remind your baby of your heartbeat, helping to soothe them enough to drift off to sleep. Some parents even swear by placing their baby near a running washing machine or tumble dryer to help them drift off. 10. Don't let others make you feel bad. When you have a baby, it seems like the whole world wants to give you advice. Even complete strangers will start coming up to you with words of wisdom. As well-meaning as this advice can be, it can soon start to get very irritating. The best way to handle unwanted advice is to smile, thank the person, and then get on with your day. You don't have to take the advice, and you definitely shouldn't allow anyone else to make you feel like a bad parent. This is your parenting experience, and you can do it any way you'd like. 11. Don't overclean. Okay, so you might actually not have the time anyway. However, a lot of first-time parents instantly become worried about their children catching all kinds of illnesses. So, to prevent it, they overclean. Everything gets sterilized and mess is kept to an absolute minimum. Not only is this extremely stressful, but it's also not as good for your child as you may think it is. Without some bacteria, your little one's immune system isn't going to toughen up. Therefore, they'll actually end up getting ill more frequently if they aren't exposed to any germs at all. Obviously, that doesn't mean you should have as many germs in your home as possible, but a little mess isn't going to kill them. 12. Avoid being overprotective. Similar to the tip just mentioned, you're going to need to squash the urge to protect your children against every little thing. As hard as it is, you need to learn the things themselves. Let them be a child and climb over things, fall over every now and again, and jump off things. Obviously, assess the danger level, but if there's no immediate threat of serious injury, just let them be. It's one of the hardest lessons parents learn, but it's important not to be overprotective. 13. You're not in a competition. Thanks to social media, it can often feel like parenting is a competition. You're constantly bombarded with photos and sloppy posts about how well and happy your friends' children are. In comparison, it can make you feel like a terrible parent. What you need to remember is people largely only post their highlights on social media sites. They don't admit to the bad days or the times they broke down crying because they couldn't find matching socks. Parenthood isn't a competition. Forget about what everyone else is doing and focus on your own unique first-time parenting journey. 14. Avoid giving toddlers pineapple juice. Now this random tip is actually going to save you a lot of hassle. As many parents have figured out the hard way, pineapple juice has a nasty effect on a toddler's digestive system. Learn from previous people's mistakes, avoid it, and be thankful you don't have to deal with the unpleasant after effects. 15. Always sleep when your baby sleeps. This is a tip you may have already been given. Sleep is one of the most precious things in the world to new parents. There are some days you'll feel like you're literally going insane. Sleep deprivation isn't funny, and it can have serious effects on your well-being. It may seem like a great time to get chores done while your baby is sleeping, but trust me, those chores can wait. Get yourself a little sleep, and you'll be amazed by how much difference it will make. And if you're having trouble, we have a video titled 11 Sleep Survival Tips for New Parents, which I highly recommend checking out. 16. Use warm wipes during changing. Diaper changing is always going to be unpleasant, but it can be made a lot less stressful with a few basic tips. One of the best things you can do is to use warm baby wipes. Babies hate the cold, so if you're wiping them with a cold wipe, it's more likely going to trigger a full-on crying tantrum. Warm wipes are also a lifesaver for particularly sensitive babies. We have a video on our channel called 10 diaper hacks you need in your life, which I highly recommend checking out as well. 17. Combine exercise and soothing. Trying to soothe your crying baby? Deep lunges could be the answer. While holding baby in your arms, do a few deep knee lunges. The movement really helps to gently soothe your little one, and on the plus side, you'll end up getting your legs back in shape too, which is always nice. 18. Don't stress over getting your pre-baby body back. On top of the exercise, there's a lot of pressure put onto women these days to get back in shape quickly after giving birth. If you're stressing about getting your pre-baby body back, just relax. It can really ruin your parenting experience, as the truth is, you're not going to be able to lose the excess weight quickly, which shouldn't matter anyway. It will happen naturally over time. Focus instead on enjoying these precious early years with your child. You can always get your pre-baby body back later, but you can't get back the early years of your little one's life. 19. Don't criticize your partner. Dads get a pretty rough deal when the baby arrives. They're often criticized for not doing enough, when the truth is, they can actually be pretty scared to get involved. New mothers can be a force to be reckoned with. Remember, he's new at this too. If he does try to help, don't criticize him or lose your patience. He's doing his best, and you're in this together. And finally, 20. Don't isolate yourself. When the world suddenly starts to revolve around just you and your baby, it can quickly turn you into a recluse. While obviously your little one is your main focus, it's important to stay connected with the rest of the world. Meet up with friends, and if none of your friends have babies of their own, join a parent and baby group. Getting out and socializing does wonders for your well-being. As you can see, there are a lot of tips that can really help if you're a first-time parent. These 20 tips are just scratching the surface. The one thing to remember is that you aren't alone. All first-time parents struggle, and there are times you're going to feel like a failure. It's all part of being a new parent. You're not going to be amazing at it. Embrace your mistakes and accept as much help as you can get. Most of all, enjoy it and breathe. It might not seem like it now, but one day you'll look back on these early years and miss them dearly. That's all for this video. If you found this video helpful, we'd really appreciate it if you'd share this video with someone else who you think would benefit from knowing this information, as well as hopping on over to our website and signing up for our email newsletter by clicking the link in the description. By signing up, you'll not only be the first to hear about our new releases, but you also get exclusive goodies that are only given to our email subscribers. Finally, the next time you're looking to buy baby products, I encourage you to take a look at what we have available. Let me tell you, we aren't just out to make a profit, and pride ourselves in our high-quality products and excellent service. All Starlight Baby products are laboratory tested to ensure they are 100% safe for you and your baby, which unfortunately isn't something every company can say. On top of that, we donate 10% of our profits to children's charities and hope to increase this percentage as Starlight Baby continues to grow. Therefore, your support goes a long way towards helping a lot of people, even if it's just something as simple as subscribing to our channel here on YouTube. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and here's to making a positive difference in the lives of our children and the world as a whole.